Zwena Gray is the first modern-day Black woman to hike all 900 kilometers of Ontario's Bruce Trail. She set out on the hike to advocate for more Black representation in outdoor recreation. She also discovered some significant pieces of Black history along the way. Zwena joins me now to talk about how she's encouraging her community to find joy in the outdoors. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How's it going?
It's good. I'm so excited for the journey that you went on. The Bruce Trail, you hiked it last spring. It took 39 days to complete. You had to do 6 months of prep for it. Why did you want to do this hike?
Yeah, so the Bruce Trail is all the way from Niagara to Tobermory. And for me, once I get an idea of doing something, I'm going to do it. So all it took was a hike during COVID with my family for me to learn about the Bruce Trail. And then I decided that I wanted to hike all 900 kilometers.
It's incredible. Like these images we're looking at, it's just breathtaking to see this part of Canada. So, when we see images of people in the outdoors, when we see advertising campaigns or pictures with big brands, they often exclude Black people. What type of impact does that have on the way Black people engage with the outdoors here in Canada?
Definitely. So a big part of my trail was being able to showcase Black joy in nature. And so part of that was providing content and being able to show myself in those outdoor spaces, in a space where Black people are existing in the outdoors, but often we're not showing up in those campaigns. So it's really important for us to be able to be visible in these spaces. And there's so many organizations in Ontario led by Black women that are doing things outdoors.
I love the content that you created while you were on this hike. One thing, for example, was you showed people who have Black hair how to do their hair while they're out on the trail.
Yes, and so all of my content was made by and for Black women and for Black people out on the trail, because there's so many things that people don't think about when you're preparing to go on a hike. And we're carrying all our gear for the whole 5 weeks that we were on the trail. So all those little things become a lot more important when you have to pack light for 5 weeks.
So this wasn't just about joy. You also, during the hike, met with historians along the way who taught you so much about the Black history behind the Bruce Trail. What kind of things did you discover?
Yeah, so we stopped in 2 places in particular, St. Catharines and Owen Sound, which is actually marked as the northernmost terminus in Ontario for the Underground Railroad. And we talked about the history of the Underground Railroad in those towns. And also, too, both of the historians were descendants of freedom seekers coming from the U.S. to Canada. And so the way that those stories had been passed down were very important to be able to keep that history alive.
Oh, I can just imagine. My son with Black History Month, just learned about Harriet Tubman and the incredible work that was done with the Underground Railroad. That must have been surreal for you to go through that experience.
Yeah, it was very powerful, and that's why the work that I'm going to be continuing to do is all based around being able to share those stories and be able to connect with people and be able to share the knowledge that we have in our community about sustainability practices.
Well, yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. Now that you've completed the Bruce Trail, what's next for you? How are you going to not only explore the outdoors, but also encourage your community to do the same?
Yeah, so I always say that my next adventure is going to have something to do with water in some form. So whether that's water, snow, or ice, I'm preparing a lot of little adventures this summer to prepare for the big adventure, along with hosting some events in my community in Peterborough, and also planning a diversity leadership forum along with the Black women that are also leading some outdoor organizations. And my DMs are always open, and there's more content to be created. So I always encourage people to follow me on my Instagram to learn more about what I'm up to.
Well, I'm so glad you brought that up. I just followed you, by the way, at just.zzee. That's how we can find you, and I'm so looking forward to the content this summer. Please stay in touch.
All right, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day. It's snowy out here.
Ah, good to know. Thank you for the weather update. Great to meet you. Thank you for being here. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.